Hello, everyone. Welcome to another filmmaker Q&A for the 2021 DLFF Film Festival. And we are so lucky to have the cast and crew, part of the crew of Beachbody, and you're going to hear a little bit about it. It's a very enticing title, isn't it? But anyways, first I'm going to introduce Kelly. She's the writer-director. And tell us a little bit about Beachbody. And then also everyone wants to know like how you came up with the idea.
The idea for Beachbody really came from like my own personal nightmares, I'll say. And like, you know, you can either laugh about it or cry about it. And that's sort of, you know, the seed for it. Like, my husband and I moved to LA so that I could study cinematography at UCLA. And it was like the kind of thing where a lot of people on Facebook, because we're from New York, so naturally you just know people that live in LA, right? And they're like, oh, you're studying cinematography? Like, I'm a DP working, just like hit me up, whatever. And I'd be like, oh God, like the last time I saw that person, I was like so much thinner. You know, or like, what would I do if I ran into like this ex-boyfriend? And they were like, oh, hi. You know, I don't know. Like that thing of like almost like you want to preserve their like memory of you or something. And so just the idea of like, you know, if I said that I was pregnant, that's like the socially acceptable way to be overweight, right? Like to be like, they'd be like, oh, congratulations, you know, like it's like a totally different thing. And then conversely, you know, being over 40 and never having children, realizing there were things I was missing out on besides, you know, just having children, right? Which is like this rite of passage thing, but also like, you know, the other stuff where I'm like, I will never know what it's like to have sex while being pregnant because I haven't been pregnant. Like, that's weird, right? Like, you're like, I'm just never going to know that.
Club, Kelly.
Yeah. And so then conversely, I was like, well, you know, likely that my husband will also not have sex with someone who's pregnant unless I die tomorrow. Have like a million kids, Tom. Have a million kids. But like, you know, it's just like weird stuff like that you realize sort of in your life. You're like, that is where I'm at. I don't know. And so,
but I think that's universal. It's like you like check things off. You know, Olympic figure skater, no. You know, like you know what I mean. Like I think that's life. But it was so nice to hear you describe the idea because it wasn't what I expected. It was a lot more layered than I thought. Because certainly, I think the project is a very feminist perspective and point of view and you know, tone, but it's feminist in a different way, or it's empowered in a different gender empowered in a different way than I thought. So that was really great. And what is your log line, just for those that have no idea what this is about?
God, what is my log line?
Anyone? Is anyone? Wait, let's give that to Jacobo. What's the log line, producer? Yeah, the producer is usually able to like be in the shadows, but now you are on the spotlight. So what is the log line?
No, I thought we were going. I mean, if you want the official one, I could pull it up. And
no, that's cheating. Okay. No.
I will stop looking it up then. Okay.
I want the spontaneous log line. Yeah, you got to show your hands. Okay, what's the log line?
I guess it's it was like a middle-aged woman in LA happens to run into a former boyfriend or lover, and after that magic happens.
It's so funny because like I guess I know I'm middle-aged, but like you guys don't look middle-aged, so it's like, and you don't on the film you don't look middle-aged either. So it's funny to say middle-aged, like maybe we have to come up with a new term, but anyways.
Well, middle age is like 50, right? 40's not there yet. Come on, Jacobo, come on.
Oh, no. I meant more, no, for sure. I meant more like 30s, 40s, so.
I also think middle age gets pushed because as technology and lifespans, you know, like we're chasing middle age, because it keeps expanding. Jacobo, tell me how you got involved in the project.
Yeah, for sure. So it was through UCLA. I was doing the producers program. Kelly was doing the director's program, although she was like focusing on cinematography. And they had to like pair up producers with filmmakers to sort of like get these what is it, like 2-minute, 3-minute type of short films, or 6 minutes. And at that point we did like a sort of round of meetings with different directors. I hit it off with Kelly. Really like her energy. And yeah, after that it was pretty much like supporting all of her vision so that she could be able to make what she had in her mind truly happen, and hopefully we did that.
And this project is independent of the UCLA program, right?
It's part of the curriculum.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And so Kelly, you're in New Mexico?
I am. We just moved here in November 2020, like just.
And the rest of you, are you all LA based?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, let's introduce Kayla and Kurt. You guys were the principals in the film. Let's start with Kayla. Tell me a little bit about your experience with the project.
It was a lot of fun. I had a great time working with Kurt. Kurt and I like hit it off immediately in the audition room, and like I got to read with a couple of really fun guys, but like it's just one of those moments that you have occasionally where you like click with somebody in the moment. And Kelly and I also, I feel like vibed almost immediately. I don't mean too LA on you, but like we definitely like when Kelly, Kurt, and I were all in the audition room together, it was like, oh, okay, like something like clicked into place. And then on set, it was a blast. Everyone was super fun to work with. Being on the beach in January was a nightmare.
It was March. It was March. It just felt like January.
Still a nightmare. Still a nightmare.
It was so cold, and I was so scratched up from the sand. And boy, I was still happy to be there. I'd rather be suffering on the beach making a movie than doing just about anything else. So,
yeah,
it was great. It was a good time.
And Kurt?
What she said, I just remember being in that waiting room, just raring to go to get inside, and I just happened to spot Kayla, and I was just, you see people in the waiting rooms as an actor, and from my school, it's like, don't talk to anyone. But it's like immediately, like there was this like spotlight on her, and I was like, man, I know she's gonna get it, and I hope I rigged with her. And the rest was history. Actually, one of my favorite pictures is of me and Kayla like laughing from like that first day.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And then Kelly, I know this probably is sacrilege to say, but they said Mary Tyler Moore turned the world on with her smile. Kelly probably is right
nice.
there. So
I'll take it.
Well, it like when Kurt and Kayla, when you guys saw each other in the waiting room, like, weren't you afraid you were going out for the same role?
All I know is I wanted to read
a few catty comments.
Yeah.
Do you think you're fat enough to play this role, bitch?
And then finally Kurt realized, oh, I'm probably reading for the other role.
I better practice my jogging a little bit more,
Yeah. So great. So tell us a little bit about, what's in the works right now. I mean, it's obviously a different world than when you shot this. What's in the works now? What's in the future? What do you want to share, Kelly?
My husband, Tom C., and I actually shot another short this past summer, like mid-pandemic, mid-fires, mid-superheated LA craziness. It was insane. But it was that feeling I think this past summer also of like, that the pandemic's going to end any second, and then it just like, whatever. But it was so nice to work, and everybody was so excited to work. And we're in post for that movie right now, which is called Dom Bangs a Rockette, and it is written by Tom. It is a comedy.
Right.
And yeah, and one of the things actually that was interesting about the experience working during the pandemic was like our casting process was a lot of self-tapes. And when I came to the end casting, I remember saying to Tom, you know, like, by the time I cast, you know, Curtis and Kayla together, like that picture, I had this picture of them, you know, in their chemistry reads, and they're both like with the heads back laughing. And it was just like, it was so obviously perfect. I was like, yes, them, yes, yes. And I felt like I already had a relationship with them at that point, going through chemistry reads together, you know, like I was like, oh, we're starting this journey together. And it was so different. From self-tapes, I didn't have that time and that in-person, it was just such a different experience. You know, I feel we were so lucky.
Yeah.
I was going to say you were really fortunate because not only in terms of the kind of what was possible, but also just the magic that you had, you know. So I think that to hope for that every time is great, but you know, it's not always going to be realistic, especially moving forward now. Who knows, you know, what is going to happen. But I've also think that we have adapted in a way where just as men, we have just more possibilities even now. You know, I feel like it's very interesting. We're no longer like required to be LA based or New York based. You know, let's be whatever based, you know. So I think that that's going to be a good thing in the long run. So Jacobo, are you done with the program and now you're pursuing producing?
Yeah, so I'm done with I finished the program back in June of 2020. So like in the middle of the pandemic, very, I don't know.
Yeah,
It was not how I
anticlimactic.
envisioned graduating.
Yeah. Very anticlimactic.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But yeah. And I mean, while I was doing the program, like 4 months before finishing the program, I started working at this management and production company called Anonymous Content. So I've been there since then. And
oh, great.
Yeah, mostly focusing on international producing and, you know, like expanding the company's reach into other markets. So
Great.
Fun.
So it's strictly producing, it's not distribution.
It's just producing, yeah.
Yeah, great. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And Kayla, what are you working on?
I'm a stand-up comedian, is the main thing I do. So I'm about to head back out on the road. That's one of the things that actually Curtis and I clicked on early on, is we both do stand-up comedy. But I'm about to be back out on the road. I'm going to be touring doing some clubs in the South here in June, now that I'm all vaccinated and stuff.
Yeah.
And doing more shows around, but got a lot of auditions going on. I just got some fancy new headshots, and that paired with the final scene from Beachbody, which is a great clip. It's great dramatic art through the last minute. I was like, you beautiful bitch, Kelly. That paired with some new headshots. I've been getting lots of sassy best friend auditions, so watch out. There we go. Yeah. But that's
great.
And watching Breaking Bad.
And Kurt, how about you?
Same as Kayla. I'm working on, I have a platform showcase called Lasting Libations. Currently, we're working on this fall launching Lasting Libations, the pop-up.
Nice.
But I'm going to be going on the road soon too this summer, a couple of dates, and putting the final touches on my first script that I've ever written. So.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah.
Is it a short or a feature? Or
no, it's a feature.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. It's sitting still long enough, man. Ooh,
yeah.
That's a chore, man. That's a chore. I'd rather be on the beach getting my hair blown with Kelly.
Well, good luck with all of you. Thank you for taking your time out to share your project with us, and you know, stay in touch with me and the festival, and I hope you continued much success. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone. May 28th to May 29th, starting at noon on the 28th, Beachbody and a slew of other films will be available online for free. And hope you enjoyed this Q&A with our talented cast and crew. Thanks.